Tammy Pally, aka the Crafty Princess, and today I'm going to share with you some very simple jewelry projects that are perfect for the holidays. This is especially true if you're busy making, maybe you're making jewelry or knitting or crocheting or other craft projects. Maybe you have those in the works and they're for everybody else but you, which tends to be the case this time of year. But you want to have something that's just simple, fun for you to wear. Maybe you're going to an office holiday party or just around the house when it's Christmas time. These ideas are super fast. So first of all, oh, and by the way, I've actually written these projects up a couple of years ago, probably when I was working as the jewelry making guide at about.com. So if you go over to jewelrymaking.about.com, you will find all kinds of previous projects that I've done over there, and just kind of search on, I would say, like holiday jewelry, or do a search on, once you're at that website, do search on holiday jewelry or Christmas jewelry, and you'll find a lot of these. But they're so simple, I don't really think most people need written instructions to do them. To start off with, I have a really cute reindeer necklace. Okay, so he's on a chain, and if you look carefully, all this is a wooden little piece that I picked up at Michael's for, I think, maybe 25 cents, maybe 50 cents at the most. And I didn't do anything to him. He's as far as, I didn't decorate him or anything like that. He was already painted. And so what I did to turn him into a necklace is I took some wire, some round nose pliers, and I made this little bail on the back. So it's between his two antlers. I glued it on, and you don't see any glue because I usually try to use clear drying glue, but often I just use some sort of all-purpose clear drying glue, like Aleene's glue, which you can also get at Michael's if you don't have any on hand. Then I just took some chain that I happen to have. Again, most craft stores these days will sell chain, and you can just cut it using wire cutters as thick as you want it, or as long as you want it. And then on the ends I used more wire and I made a hook and wire clasp, and a little figure 8 eye there. But again, if you're just don't have a lot of time, or you haven't pulled out the wire in a while, you can just buy pre-made like a spring ring clasp and attach it to the ends with a jump ring, and then get it in the camera, girl. And then you have this really cute, fast, simple little necklace. All right, so that's one idea. So while I was over there in Michael's and I was picking up all the cute wooden items, I got some more. And for example, Christmas trees. Okay, now this one I did kind of jazz up a little bit here. It's painted green, and let's see, it's got like, it wasn't decorated basically, it's just green with the little brown, whatever this is, tree limb at the bottom. And then I just put some, again, clear drying glue on the top and sprinkled glitter on it. Okay, then again, like the reindeer, I did a little, took some wire, put a coil on the end, and glued that to the back. Added I think this is like a 4mm crystal bead, bicone crystal, made a loop on the top, and then added ear hooks. All right, so let's see, let me find the other one. So these are very fast. The difference here is I did kind of jazz up the Christmas tree because the Christmas trees didn't have any ornaments on them. So very minimal amount of supplies needed to make these. On that same note, of course, I found these cute guys, right? Little snowmen. And for this guy, I did the same kind of thing. I don't know if you can really see it on the camera. It's not really showing up. Bummer. Well, maybe you can kind of see it a little bit. Again, I put some glue, and this time I just used iridescent crystals, or not crystal, iridescent white glitter, and sprinkled it on top so it looks like snow stuck to him. And then on the back, I did the same kind of thing. And actually, this time I used red wire, made a coil, glued it, and you have to press it in against, the most difficult thing is you want to make sure you get coverage that presses in against the back of the wooden piece. And then added an ear hook, and voila, I have super fast snowman earrings. And I've had these for a couple years, so really they last, considering there's probably less than $1 worth of supplies here, and it probably took me about 10 minutes to make. They lasted a really long time, I think. So that's another fast one. Again, go over to Michael's and look. It's usually in the wood section. They'll have all kinds of little cutouts like that, and most of them are already pre-painted for you. If you want to get real fancy though, they do sometimes have them where they're blank and you can paint them yourself if you want. And then if you want to get a little more fancy, look for some very simple crystal beads. Again, I think I purchased these at probably Michael's. That's the only craft store that's near where I live. Otherwise, I'd have to troop over to Joann's, about a half hour away from here. So with this, I ended up knotting between all the beads. If you're not into knotting or you just don't have the time, another thing that you can do to get a similar look is, again, get these beads. These are about 8mm crystal beads. Okay, and they're not that expensive. I think I probably got at least 2 or 3 strands to make it, because I made this long enough to go over my head. All right, so yeah, so I wanted it so there was no clasp. But say you're not into knotting or you just don't have the time, because I will say knotting for me takes probably something about this large. Probably takes me almost an hour to do. But if you don't really have the time or the patience for that, but you still want the look of the separated beads, get some seed beads that are in like maybe a silver color that would look really nice with the beads, and put them in between each of these beads instead of a knot. And then of course you'd have to have some kind of clasp if you're not going to knot it. But maybe if you just want to do the one knot to finish it off. Again, this is a project I know that I posted years ago on joymakingabout.com, so if you want to have more detail about, you know, exactly how many beads you need and the length and how to knot and all that good stuff, you can just pop over there. But the idea with this is, you know, I don't have a lot of holiday clothing personally. I actually don't even, I notice I have very few colors in the holiday colors. For example, green. I have a few green shirts. I don't think I have one red shirt. This shirt has a little bit of red and white in it, but otherwise I don't have any red shirts. You know, it's just not a color I tend to gravitate to. So, so what I did instead is find beads in that color and make jewelry so that I still have that kind of holiday look to me, but I don't have to go out and buy a new wardrobe. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe and stop by again so that you can catch more crafting videos with me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.